Hey everyone, it's Lulu here. Welcome back to Real with Lou, and this video is going to be about my graduate school application process. This is around the time everyone is applying to grad school for the fall 2020, or some schools start spring 2020. So this is the time. I feel like this is the perfect video to make right now, the things I did to get into my #1 choice of school. I'm so happy, like I almost cried when I got the call before the decision packet went out. But yes, let me not take up too much time because I don't know how long this video is going to be. So yes, this video is very important because a lot of people reached out to me asking what I did, asking how to reach out to faculty members, how to sell yourself, how to make yourself seem competitive, and how to get together a competitive application. So this video is for you guys. Like I said before in my previous videos, when I was applying to grad school last year, it was so hard, like finding other people who've done it and like getting resources together. So I want to be that for other people who are struggling. So please share this video with your friends and family members, or whoever that you know who's applying to grad school. Also, this channel, if you not know, this channel is about my grad school journey. I'm getting a PhD. You can look at my journey to PhD video. All these things I'll link. Definitely take a look at these things and comment what you want to see along the way, whether it's conferences, how to write paper, resources I use to write papers. Oh, my phone is going off. All of those types of things. Even like I have a lot of videos coming up, so yes, let's get into it. So I started my graduation application process in May. So in May, that's when I started making a list of schools that I wanted to apply to, and then soon after I started reaching out to faculty and to be able to see the schools and visit the schools. So in May, I made a list of kind of the top programs in my field, and then narrow it down from there. Like, can I see myself in this location? The types of research that they were doing, is it aligned with what I want to do? And other criteria. So you make your school list based on yourself, like because some people have families. I don't have a family, so that was something I didn't have to consider. So cost of living. If the cost of living is high, will the school have subsidized housing for you? So all those types of things you want to think about when you're narrowing down your school list. So I narrowed down my school list around June-ish. So I started visiting schools in May, kind of because UMD was one of the schools I applied to, and it was down the street for me. So I just went down the street and visited when they had like a symposium. And I visited UMD again in October when they had specifically for the I school, which is what I applied to. So from like August to like November, I started reaching out to faculty members at certain schools that I applied to and visited those schools. A lot of schools have ways when they'll fly you out to visit the school, especially if they like you. So it's good to reach out to faculty and start networking, whether it's through conferences in undergrad, or if you're not in school right now, reaching out through like LinkedIn, or mainly email, because LinkedIn, yeah, reached out through email and things like that. So I feel like reaching out to visiting the schools, and some schools will have preview days where you apply to, you know, maybe submit a personal statement and whatever, and you'll be selected to kind of come to the school and preview it, and everything will be paid for. So that's how the school I'm at University of California, Irvine. So that's how I got to tour the school. I went through the preview day and I absolutely loved it, and that was the determining factor. That was the determining factor that this was my #1 school, because it was not on my radar before November, like early November last year. I did not know what the school was. I did not care for it, but I was like, wow. So also, even if a school is not on your list, because it wasn't on my list, even if it's not on your list, still have an open mind to opportunities that come your way. Don't shut down schools because you never heard of it or you don't see yourself there. I never saw myself in California. So even if you visit schools, you may not talk to all the faculty that you will want to work with. So still reach out to faculty members. So you basically go on the school's website for your major. So you know how they have like a big school website, but then they have like the individual major websites. So go on to your major website and look at the faculty, look at the research, read their bios and what they're doing. And they have, if they're in a lab, which they most likely are, go to the lab websites and look at the students, and also reach out to students as well that's working with the faculty you may want to work with, because the students will tell you the real deal. They won't they won't like spill too much tea, but they will tell you the faculty advising style and things like that. Oh, I did not mention, I don't know if this is known a lot, but to mention that the reason why you reach out to faculty is because when you apply to grad school, you'll be admitted under a faculty member, because they'll be paying for you to like kind of go to school, or like you will work with a faculty member. Most in graduate schools, you apply and you'll have an advisor. So you have a faculty advisor, so you apply to the school through that advisor, that in that kind of sense. Even master's programs, like, you will still have an advisor, even though they won't be paying you, because master's program you kind of have to pay yourself. But PhD, definitely you will have an advisor all 5 years or 6 years or whatever. So in grad school you have to kind of have an advisor. So if you kind of research and pick your advisor early on, it will save you a lot of time and get you out, so you won't be advisor hopping or try to figure out who should be your advisor once you're already in the school. So that cuts down a lot of time and process. Okay, so how I reached out via email to a lot of people. I didn't reach out to students, which I kind of regret, which I don't regret. I mean, it would have been good to do so, but hey, I didn't. It's fine, but I feel like that would be a good thing to do. Also, yes, I reached out via email to people, and when I visited the campuses, I met with them on campus. So kind of I set up the pre-introduction before, like, on email, and then when I visited the campus, I met with them there. So that was kind of good. So that's how I did it. And you know, it's so simple. When you write the email, you know, you introduce yourself, you state like I saw the cutting edge research that you did, and like explain the research that you're doing and how it relates to the research that they're doing, and how you can see a perfect match of you working with them, and you know, vice versa, because it is a partnership. It's not only seeing what they can give to you or you can give to them, you guys will be working together. So applying for schools. So now you have everything set up. You have your schools picked out, you reached out to advisors, great. So now you actually have to apply. And this is the kind of the time of year where deadlines is approaching, like December, January. So everyone's applying to school. So number one, if you know you're applying to schools, kind of create a spreadsheet. If you're applying to more than one school, create a spreadsheet. Have each column with each school, and then list all the necessary materials that each school wants. Because some school will want only one statement, and some schools want two. Some schools have extra questions that they want you to fill out, extra like long answer questions. Some schools don't care about the jury, some schools do. Definitely do that to keep yourself organized, because it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna have a lot of things you're writing, you have a lot of things to keep up. You want to make sure all materials are submitted. So in order to keep yourself on track, make a spreadsheet, check off all the things you complete. And also, because you know that deadlines are coming up, whoever that you decide that you want to write letters of recommendations for you, definitely like let them know ahead of time, like a month or two ahead of time, because most likely you're getting letters of recommendation from faculty members at your previous university or your managers from your job, whatever, and they have a lot of things to do as well. So let them know ahead of time so they can get those letters of recommendation submitted on time, because you don't want your whole application to be complete and that be missing, and it was a great application. So let that, you know, do that as well. So when it comes to writing your personal statement and your graduate school statement, definitely make sure you write a compelling narrative, a compelling story. Whatever you write, make sure it's compelling and it's captivating, and that you want them to know that you deserve to be at their school, and that you will make them, like, you will make that school lit. Like, just, that's all. Because no one wants to read a boring application. No one wants to admit somebody who they don't think would help them bring in dollars for grants and have all this great research abilities. No one's gonna admit you there. So make sure you craft your application in a way where it's strong. And if you have a strong application, some things that you think you're lacking is gonna, like, bring up. So, like, if you do horrible in the GRE and if you have a low GPA, if your other materials are strong, it's gonna supplement those. So me, I didn't have a high GPA. I ended with like a 2.88 or something, and everything else was great. In the GRE, my GRE score, nobody cares. I mean, I'm not saying nobody cares. My GRE score wasn't the best, and everything else was really strong, and I got into my top choice. I got into other schools as well, but I got into actually my 2 top choices. So that's all that matters. Like, I don't care about anything else. Some schools I didn't get into for whatever reasons, but I got into my 2 top choices, so the other ones don't even matter. So definitely make sure those things is done. So that was my graduate application process. I mean, it took a while. Like, I started in May of 2018 and I submitted my first application December 15th of 2018. So it took me a while. Like, the whole narrowing down the school process and visiting schools, it was a lot, because I want to make sure if I'm going away somewhere and making sure if I'm gonna go to grad school, it'll be the right one. Also, I applied to fellowships, so that took up a lot of time too. Like, I applied to the GEM fellowship. It's a fellowship for minorities in STEM. So definitely, if you're a STEM major and you identify as a minority and you want to go to grad school, check out the GEM fellowship. I am a GEM fellow, associate. I'm a fellow, one of those. I'm not a full fellow, I'm an associate fellow. So definitely NSF. I just did the NSF this year, not last year, so I submitted that. There's a lot of fellowships, so also if you need help with any of those things and you want to know more about those, comment section below. Feel free to DM me on my social media handles. I'm definitely going to create a graduate application checklist, things that I feel like is necessary for students to know. So I'm gonna create that and host it on my website. So check out the link below for that as well. Good luck to everyone who's in the application process, and I wish you all positivity. Don't stress out about it too much, and I hope to hear about all the schools you accepted to. And if you're applying to grad school, please comment school you're applying to. The video is too long, but definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more grad school videos, see people who look different that's in grad school, who's doing different kind of research. I'm gonna highlight all my friends and everything on this channel, so definitely please subscribe and tell all your friends. All right, bye.